This channel has been through many course corrections. The latest version of the channel since about January of 2020 was asking a question I posed at the beginning of my attempts to document what it's like to reintegrate to life in America after living as an expat in India for 5 years. Can you have both? Adventure and responsibility, danger and discipline. I suppose in many ways this whole question is just another form of the earlier question that the very name of the channel was posing. Is it possible to be a surfing violinist? Well, in November, this particular tension between Ford Sue's The Violinist and Ford Sue's The Surfer peaked at a breaking point that has forced me to reassess many of the choices I've been making for years. As I made clear earlier on in the surf vlog, the problem with being a surfer in Panama City Beach is that the surf is inconsistent. So if you want to practice and improve, you have to depend on other sports like surfing, skimming, and skating to do so. And around here with our weather, skating is the most sensible year-round option. So in 2021 and 2022, that's what I've been doing. But November 2022 placed the question in stark relief. Can you have both, skating and violin? Before we get to the bad news that hit me hard on Monday, November 21st, a brief recap of the month leading up to it. Again, the surf has not been cooperating much, so we spent most of our surf vlog energy on skating in November. We've been given an update on the progress of the new Bay County Skate Park, and I gotta say this is better than I could have ever expected or asked for. Thanks a million to Bay County, the county commissioners, Publix, Team Payne, Spawn Ranch, and especially to the crew on the ground in the dirt and the dust making it happen. It looks amazing, and I hope I will be able to participate when it's open to the public. On Monday, November 7th, Tate, Chuck, Clint, Ken, and I made a trek to Fort Walton Beach to the Team Payne Bowl. I tried to see if my flow and speed have improved since my first trip there, so let's do a side-by-side comparison. I feel a lot faster. So I was trying to emulate this kid's line that I saw, 2 years ago, I guess. And this dude's style, but I still don't feel very inspired when I look back at my footage compared to theirs. We met a new bowl comrade who showed us some interesting lines. Toward the end of the session, a fearless kid showed up and started boosting board grabs off the wall in the deep end. His dad got in the mix too. Check them both out on Instagram, Fernando and Cusco Silva, at KiddoFro and at Cusco Silva. On my ollie progress, you can see I'm still not leveling the board out. I just cannot seem to train the rocket ollie into a properly leveled out max height ollie, and my back foot is always coming off the board and slamming down unnecessarily hard. Although I have to say my reaction time was on point here.
My best trick of the day right there, boys.
Manual practice is coming along. I got a stationary manual, almost 7 seconds, maybe. And perhaps the longest moving manual I've ever done. On the rock to fakie practice, I'm improving on the rocking motion. If there were a coping on this quarter, I might actually clear it, but I'm still doing something weird with my re-weighting on the way back in that has me wasting speed and putting my body in a weird position for the next wall. On Monday, November 21st, Tate, Chaz, and I did some vert skating at Clint's. I was trying to keep it simple and just not fall while working on more graceful and cognizant kickouts. I just watched Mitchie Brusco's fantastic live stream segment on proper drop-in form and realized that I had still some bad habits on the drop-in that were affecting my approach up the other side. A lot of what he said really was helping. I was feeling more stable and confident. I was doing better than I ever had at speed management, but Chaz was really getting into it, and I made the same mistake I made the prior month. The just a few more syndrome, inspired by watching younger kids skate way better than me. My legs were getting tired and I was feeling stiff, and one time walking up the ladder, I told myself I needed to stop, but I kept on. I even went for a series of drop-ins on the vert wall without incident. I think made me a bit too overconfident. Tate had been warning me that my bolts were a little loose and that I needed to retighten the nuts, but I didn't, and sure enough, my heedless hubris finally met its match. On one run, I just got a bit stiff and squirrely, and with those trucks shimmying, my balance shifted forward, and as I've done before in the very same area, I pitched forward over the nose and landed shoulder first on the opposite wall. The angle was just right, I was too stiff, and I panic stretched my arm, I guess to catch myself, and landed with all my weight on one point of impact, my shoulder, causing an anterior dislocation. Clint thought we might be able to pop it back in, but we consulted Mark Santoli, sent him some pics, and he said, no go to the professionals. He wouldn't trust himself to be able to reset it or reduce it, that's the official clinical term, properly. The only thing open was the ER, and thanks to the sedative, I don't remember how they reduced it, but when I woke up it was throbbing pretty bad. They said I was commenting on the color of the walls. I sure wish I had rolled camera on that fiasco. My dislocated shoulder seemed to be an emissary of doom, because right when that happened, all hell seemed to break loose with our cars, both cars going on the fritz right at the same time, on Thanksgiving week, and right as I was about to face the busiest week of violin performance I have had in probably over a decade. Perfect timing, total idiot. I'll leave the other side of this dilemma for the violin vlog, but suffice it to say, I really wondered, with the financial and professional repercussions of this latest example of my heedless hubris, whether or not I will ever skate again. Your prayers are appreciated. The future is bright, but my ego has cast way too large a shadow for far too long, but life goes on. One bright ray to shine through this personal fog was being able to talk to Rob Stalvey in the Local Legend feature, whose creativity and organizational genius really inspired me. Not only has he painted fantastically evocative paintings of some of his favorite surf spots around the world, but he has also kept meticulous record of surf sessions for over a decade. These little planners are filled with data, pictures, and anecdotes from surf sessions long ago. In a very real way, it's a much more organized version of what I intend this vlog to be. So stay tuned for the Local Legend feature to get Rob's whole story. If you're into local surf lore, it's well worth your time. Surfing in Bay County requires all your powers of imagination, organization, and improvisation, and guys like Rob, Tate, and Rhett are the ones who always manage to make the most out of our humble fare here in Panama City Beach. So the future is bright, we just need to play our cards right, and I'm just too late to this party to be going all in every hand at a vert ramp, but maybe there's a better way to play this balancing act of surf and violin. One way or another, we hope to find an answer to the question, can you have both? Maybe, but it's probably not the way that I imagined. So let's find out, but first, food. The other thing I'm juggling on this channel is trying to retain a handle on the pulse of Indian food, culture, music, and film. So next week it's back to the kitchen and the drawing board with me and my wife's love of masala with the Masala Vlog. The Sue saga continues. Until next time, keep it consistent, even if the conditions won't cooperate. Godspeed, lords and ladies. To see these videos early, without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the Masala vlog, the violin vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.